Mama, we made it. What's good, everyone? It's your boy Not with another video from the channel. Welcome back to DMV Sports Zone. And as you guys can tell by the late change to the title, we are at officially 1,000 subs on this channel, and we have all four content creators here for about the next 10 minutes, basically saying anything and everything that we want to say. Thanks for you guys, and also just our thoughts on this journey that we've had over the last year and a half. Noah and I over the last year and a half, and then of course Abdul and Evan over the last few months. So I guess I'll start first. I'm just super stoked that we're at 1,000 subs. It's been a long time coming. I know we were at like 900, 950 for a long time, but it doesn't really matter. We got to 1,000, and I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who supported us over the last year and a half. I remember making the first video on this channel on April 26, 2020. It was the night after the last round of the draft in 2020, and I was super tired when I made it, but I made it. Did not know what would happen next, right, with this channel and its growth over the last year and a half. But super excited, super happy that you guys have been joining us along this journey. Also, want to shout out a couple of famous, I don't know, prominent subscribers to this channel on the Warpath. I don't know how many live streams we've had. Thank you, bro, for all your support in the past. And yeah, you definitely helped our channel grow. Hawk TV, Patrick West, Gerald P, everybody that's already in the chat. Pedro Smith, Ed Oliver. I mean, some of our biggest videos on this channel have been with you guys. Thank you guys for your support and for helping the channel grow. And yeah, I want to also thank the people that are on the stream right now, Noah, Abdullah, and Evan. I mean, without you guys, this channel would not be where it's at right now, 1,000 subs. And I want to give a big shout out to all you guys. Noah, since the very beginning, you were the first person that I reached out to join the DMV Sports Zone and making content. And I really appreciate you for initially it was just fantasy football content, but then it started to become like, local team content, national sport context. So I very much appreciate you. And then Evan and Abdullah the last couple months. Thank you guys. I mean, I think our biggest videos came during that training camp week, that first week of training camp this year. And Abdullah was pumping out videos. Evan was pumping out videos. Noah as well. But yeah, that's it for me. Paul Severino, my good college friend. Thank you for joining, bro. But do you guys want to say anything to the good people out there who may be watching?
Well, I mean, like a lot of this happened real fast for me because I remember you reached out to me, Nadi, about coming on the live stream one time, and I'm just thinking like, wow, this is out of nowhere. This must be like a new channel, like a few channels sprouting up. And then I hear that I believe it was the one before that JP Finley was on. I'm like, oh, I'm in elite company now.
Yeah, John Con. Yeah.
So then like a couple months after that, you come back to me and like ask me if I want to be part of the channel, like if I want to put out videos, and I'm like, sure, like and I appreciate you for bringing me on and like letting me have like creative control over my content, and like that really means a lot to me because like I really feel like this is genuinely me talking in the videos. Like it ain't just my voice. Like this is actually like me as a person that's talking, and that's like the biggest part of this for me. And I'm so proud of all of us and like how far we've come to get to 1,000, and the best is yet to come, yo.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely want to build on that. First of all, thank everyone on the live stream. Thanks everyone who subscribed to get us to that point. As Nati mentioned, back in the day, I guess, even though it wasn't that long ago, it was only a year ago. It was just me and Nati on the channel, and it was it was interesting. We wanted to see what direction we wanted to go with the channel because we knew we wanted to talk about obviously DMV sports, but we wanted to keep it authentic, and we wanted to make sure that it really was representative of all the different people that live here. We have people from Evan, we have people from Maryland, we have people from Northern Virginia, all parts of different DMV area. And more importantly, I think like Evan said, we have a lot of authentic content. We were born and raised in this area. We've seen the ups and downs. Unfortunately, for most of our lifetimes, it's been downs. But and we also have been fans and been observant of all the different sports we have. I mean, heck, we were even talking about the 2K scene for the Washington Wizards, video game scene. I mean, come on, like we looked at everything, and we always want to make sure it's authentic. Like if it comes from myself, from either fantasy or the Capitals, or any of the other content, we always want to make sure that we keep it real. And I think in a way, I'm grateful that we stuck with our guns. I'm glad that our viewers find us authentic and real. We are just fans like you guys. We're not the ESPN analysts claiming that we're the godsend of the sports
Although we
world.
interview ESPN analysts to
Oh
give
yeah,
you guys
well,
that content.
we do, but
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that to let everyone know on the stream that we'll continue to do that authenticity, but we'll also working constantly to improve the quality of our content. So I'm incredibly grateful, and I'm happy for the journey so far.
Appreciate that, Noah.
Yeah, everything has been said, man. Like these three guys here, best guys I ever met in my life. When Naughty asked me to join the channel, it was honestly like one of the greatest moments of my life. I was so psyched to join it, and so many things have happened. Chase Young reposted us on Instagram. We got to interview a former player that played for our favorite NFL team, and we got to go to training camp. It's just so many things have been happening, and even at the school that I go to right now, some guy came up to me and asked if I had a YouTube channel, and it was just so nice. And hitting 1K, it's just a huge, big achievement, and only big things will come. But thanks to everybody, everyone just supporting, liking, and just reposting. It means a lot, and it only goes up from here.
Yeah. And I'll also say, I didn't say this at the beginning, but Evan, Abdullah, Noah, you guys have basically grown our social media presence to like a stage, a part like I never could even think. Like, I can't tell you the number of followers, retweets, likes, anything you want to mention, like that have gone up since you guys have jumped on board, and I appreciate that very much. It is very much a team here at DMV Sports Zone, and we will continue. We will continue to give you guys the content that you deserve while being authentic, like Evan said. But yeah, so us four, we just wanted to be on for the first couple of minutes of the stream before Brandon jumps on, because we know we obviously have this regularly scheduled show that we got to get underway. But yeah, thank you guys once again, all three of you guys and everybody in the chat, for getting us to 1,000 subs. But now we got a show. So let's get Brandon on and see you guys. We'll talk after this. But yeah.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
All right. I thought, you know what? We're at 1,000 subs. Why not bring on a Cowboys fan? Not a Cowboys fan. The Cowboys fan off the stream for a good, I don't know, a good battle, a good discussion tonight. But yeah,
hey,
Brandon, how are you?
Good. Hey, congratulations, man. 1,000, man.
Appreciate that.
And I've been part of one or two shows before last year.
And they've been fun. Yep.
Right.
For sure.
Like I said, congratulations, man.
Appreciate that. And yeah, Gerald P here. Guys are thankful. That's what's up for sure. We got to be thankful. I mean, this is YouTube. Like, we don't get to 1,000 subs without the support of you guys, and you guys keep liking our videos and retweeting them on Twitter whenever I post them. And so yeah, you guys are definitely the ones that have gotten us to this point. But like I said, we have a regularly scheduled show. We'll try to get as much done before 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'm in the Central Time Zone now, so 10 p.m. Eastern time. But first off, Brandon, for the good people out there who might not know who you are, or might not know the new content they have going, can you please introduce yourself to the channel?
All right, so I'm Brandon Williams. Actually, yes, Natty, I do have I am starting an NFL podcast with me and two of my boys. It's called I'm Just a Fan. More information will be out soon.
And in the description as well for all you guys.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, it's in the description. Hit me up on my IG, AGatBlitz. Hit me up on Twitter, same name, but the ad is something different. So, but it's all in the description. So, yeah. I think it's gonna be on Tuesdays at 8:30 Eastern. So, check us out, and more information will be coming out between now and, well, of course, Tuesday.
Okay. And with that out the way, how about them Cowgirls leading the NFC East? Thoughts on that? Where do you think they rank in the NFC right now? Because this has been on the top of my mind with Stephen A. Smith saying, of all people, saying that the Cowboys were his third best team in the NFL, let alone the NFC, Do you agree
Okay.
with that statement? And yeah, overall thoughts on the Cowboys leading the NFC East right now.
Well, I wasn't aware of that statement. Dang, shout out to Stephen A. Smith since he said third best team in the NFC. I mean, to me,
In the NFL.
in the NFL,
Yes, he said the
third
NFL
best team
right
in the
now.
NFL.
He has like this whole power ranking Stephen A's list like bit that he does every week.
So who is he having 1 and 2?
I think one was the Rams.
Okay.
I know the Bucks and the Chiefs weren't on there, which
Well, but you know
I
what?
don't
No, but guess what? See, you got to think about
Yeah.
it. Go back to that Bucks game.
Yeah.
And that's going to really say a whole lot about Dallas and what could possibly be this season. You talking about the greatest quarterback of all time, one of the best tight ends of all time. You have that much depth at wide receiver and tight end.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cowboys only lost by 2 points. Antonio Brown killed Anthony Brown for a touchdown all game long. And I kick him left 7 points on the board, and we lost by 2. That says a lot. And we've been consistent up to this point. So for him to say that we're the third best team in the NFL, to me, that's a shock because I would never thought I'd hear Stephen A. Smith say that. But I'm not surprised. We'll see what happens.
Appreciate that, Rio. And you're on your way as well, if not already there. So make sure to sub up Rio. Great content creator. This guy, I mean, he interviews the best of them every single week and puts out great content. So make sure you guys to go check out Rio's channel.
All right, Rio, good luck, man.
For sure. And you know, the Cowboys are leading the NFC East right now. Okay. They're leading the NFC East. They are 2-1, not 3-0. They are 2-1. What are your thoughts on the rest of the division, though? Not including the Washington football team, because we'll get to them. But how about the Eagles and the Giants? What were your thoughts on them? And do you think they have a shot of maybe giving the Cowboys a run for their money this year?
No. I mean, no, I'm sorry. It's just that simple. I mean, they are who I thought they were going to be in the beginning of the season. Giants have terrible quarterback play, terrible offensive line play, terrible offensive coordinator. And the offense does not fit their offensive coordinator. So you're not going to get the Giants are. I don't care what weapons they have with bad offense line. You're not going to be successful. The quarterback not going to have time in the pocket to get the ball to the receivers. Giants not going to get much better.
Yeah,
and they lost to Atlanta, which was surprising to me. That's number one. Number two, Philadelphia. I told Eagles fans all off season, if the worst defense shut down Jalen Hurts last year in the second game of the regular season, what do you think is going to happen more for improved defense? So, no, they don't have a chance to beat us.
Okay. I will say the Giants have been a little bit of a disappointment to me. I thought they would be a little bit better this year and not start up 0-3.
I didn't think they was going to be on 3 either because I thought the defense would be able to at least hold steady, but no.
No. Shout out to Sports Talk Chicago. John Zagul, man. Best content, best sports content in the Chicago land area. Go sub him up. He's been a huge supporter since day one. One of my college friends. Go sub him up. He's, I think, over 2,000 subs now, and he started after me. So that shows you how much content, how great content that he puts out on YouTube consistently. So make sure you guys sub him up. But appreciate that, Gerald. Okay. Eagles, Giants, Cowboys. Okay. Let's get back to the Cowboys, though.
Okay.
How good of an offense, more specifically, do you think the Cowboys have right now? And do you think this offensive performance is, I'll say it, this great offensive performance thus far will carry over into the rest of the season?
I believe it will. Let's go back to last year. Dak led the league in passing for 8 games and only played in 4.5 of them. So, and that was without 2 offensive tackles.
Yeah.
Your starting tight end. Now what? Those guys are back. Well, actually, our right tackle has been suspended the last 2 games. He's going to be suspended another 3 games. So, and if you watch the Monday night game against Philadelphia, you saw how much control that offense Dak have really had. Go back and watch that game.
Yeah.
Look at his confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I
agree with you. I will agree with you here. I hate to say it, but I'll agree with you here. I think the Cowboys offense is legit. I mean, Dak Prescott. I've been a fan of Dak Prescott for a long time. I hate the star on his helmet, but I've been a fan of Dak Prescott, the player, for a very long time, and I'm glad that he's back. Well, I don't know if I should say I'm glad that he's back killing it on the field, but I'm happy that he's back to his normal self, and fully healthy and stuff. Skol Vikings. I mean, we talked about this in the comment section, but bro, Vikings are 1-2, right? Isn't the Washington football team also 1-2? So
Man,
what is all this
the Vikings, look,
pride in the Vikings right now?
look. I don't believe in the Vikings because Kirk Cousins is still their quarterback.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. Justin Jefferson's a good receiver. Don't get me wrong. Adam Thielen is good. Don't get me wrong. But I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. Sorry.
I 1,000% agree with you on that statement. Kirk Cousins is the type of quarterback that'll rack up the stats, and then when the moment's brightest, he will just crumble. I mean, obviously he did win that one game and the first round in the playoffs a couple years back, but even then, that was on a push off by Kyle Rudolph. I don't think that's talked about enough. An absolute offensive pass interference that was missed by the refs on the last play of the game.
Somebody tell him to draft a quarterback in the first round this coming season, man. Talking about somebody like the Kirk, whatever. Go ahead.
Oh no, you like that, Kirk Cousins?
He's good for what we need.
Kirk Cousins is going to take you.
He's good, not great for what you need. There's a difference.
Exactly. That's why we got rid of him. To be honest, like I mean, he's a good quarterback, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, he can't be your quarterback. He can't be your quarterback. You just can't. Okay. What about the defense? The Cowboys defense. I'm not gonna lie, they've been surprising me a little bit. I thought that they were going to be better than last year, but I still thought they were going to be pretty bad. But they played pretty well over the last couple games, especially last week. Do you think Cowboys defense will continue to actually be pretty good this year? And how elite do you think DMV native and Washington Redskins fan growing up, Trevon Diggs, will be? Because, I think we all are fans of him.
All right, so two different questions. Let me start. Which one you want me to start with, Diggs or the defense?
Whatever floats your boat.
All right, let's go defense. I'm gonna say the best for last. Okay.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. Dan Quinn comes in. He says, "What I used to do, I can't do it anymore. I'm gonna change up the way I run my defense." He came in with a plan. He brought in free agents and draft picks to fit what he wanted to do. He brought in defensive linemen with the arm length he want. He brought in guys with ball skills. Diggs already has ball skills, but we're going to get back to him in a minute. Malik Hooker, ball skills. Kazee, ball skills. And Jaron Kearse has surprised me the most this season so far in our secondary. We got faster linebacker. We got Parsons. We moved Keanu Neal from strong safety to the linebacker. Got faster. You see Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith. Well, the only reason why they've been on the field is because Parsons has been down playing edge because we're short on the edge. Lawrence is out for a good while. Armstrong is out. I think Bradley and I is out. So that's why he's on the edge. And Randy Gregory missed game 2 because of COVID. And Keanu Neal missed this previous game because of COVID. So that's why Van Der Esch and Smith have been out there, and they slow. But defense, yep. But by defensive line, you wouldn't know unless someone told you that 3/4 of our starting defensive linemen has not played that much this season. Tank only played one game.
No.
Carlos Watkins and Gallimore. No, Watkins played one game, and Gallimore has not played yet. So 3/4 of our defense linemen has been backup so far, mostly to the point of this season. So we're doing this with rookie backups because Parsons is a rookie. Osa Digizua is a rookie. Chauncey Golston just played his first game this past Monday night. He's a rookie.
Yep.
Bohanna, rotation guy, 6th-round pick rookie. So that's what we're doing. We're working with rookie defensive linemen, slow linebackers, but guys on the back end got ball skills.
You hear that, Washington football team, defensive line? We've been underperforming. Yeah, the Cowboys defensive line, they've been performing better than the names, right? Like, I mean, you talk about DeMarcus Lawrence and stuff, but like you said, 3/4 defensive line out, but they're still performing. Washington needs to do the same. We'll get a little bit more into that later in the stream. But, yeah, I think the Cowboys defense can be all right. I think they can be all right. Maybe average by the end of the season. Micah Parsons is a stud.
Definitely.
I think Washington also has a stud in Jamin Davis, who's slowly but surely improving every single week. He did have his growing pains in the preseason, but actually, has gotten better. PFF has graded him very highly over the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, Trevon Diggs.
All right.
Do you want to dive more into him now?
Diggs. All right. Here's the 411 on Diggs, okay?
Yeah.
He was a wide receiver. He converted to corner. So he had to get his technique.
What college did he go to?
Alabama.
Woo! Tide.
Okay, you're a Tide fan. Okay. I hear you.
Yeah, sir.
But look, Saban knows DBs. Okay, he teaches them every type of coverage. I know. I'm gonna address that in a minute. You know, I already saw that. I'm ahead of you.
Okay.
I'm ahead of you. I got you. But he teaches his corners and safeties all the different coverages, route combinations, and everything. Okay, Diggs, when he was in college, covered guys. He covered Judy, Ruggs, Smith, and what's the fourth guy's name? Can't even think of it right now. But then he covers his brother in the offseason, gets drafted by Dallas, and he got covered Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup. So eventually he was going to get better. Now, I didn't think he was going to get this better this fast. Okay?
Yeah.
But Diggs is a man cover corner with zone eyes, and he's really starting to lock down a lot of these number one receivers.
Except for
really
Terry when he plays.
Because he gave Evans some problems. He gave Keenan Allen some problems, and Devontae Smith had no luck against them. So, he just got to be consistent right now. 3 games, good, but I just need him to be consistent from now on. That's all.
Okay. No, I agree with you. I like Trevon Diggs. I liked him even last year. I know he got burnt several times against Terry McLaurin, but I mean that happens. You know, rookie
he took his
cornerback. Yeah, exactly. Rookie cornerback got that experience first year playing against one of the best young receivers in this league in Terry McLaurin. And but otherwise, he held his own last year.
But it's not the only. But see, okay, he went up against McLaurin.
Yeah,
Metcalf, Hopkins. Like he went up against elite receivers from the jump and never backed down from any of them.
Yeah,
he has confidence.
Yeah.
But then again,
the Wolves. I think the Cowboys coaches knew that too. They were like, you know what, let's do it now, and he'll get better.
Like I said, he comes his brother in the offseason.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, best receiver season last year. Yep. We are Hawk. That's what the 1K milestone is. Why it's I mean, there's several reasons why it's so big. One, just the culmination of all the support for the last year and a half. But a little bit monetization kind of helps as well on the side. But I do want to dive into your thoughts on Washington, because this is Washington Football Weekly, not Cowboys Football Weekly. Oh my gosh, if it was Cowboys Football Weekly, I would cry every single week. But what are your thoughts on Washington's defense thus far to start the season? How big of a disappointment has it been? I know you've been ready for this. I could tell you didn't even have to say it in that message. I think it was over Instagram when we lost that game. And we lost that game on Sunday. And I think you were like, I don't know. You said something about Washington. You didn't mention their defense, but I kind of knew you were hinting at how bad their defense has been and, how it's been disappointing and stuff. Thoughts on the defense thus far?
I'm going to really have to address this Vikings fan. I'm about to really dig into
him. Do it now?
Nah, wait. You want me to do it now?
I put it on the screen.
All right, let's go. All right. So you all have been schooling us for the last 5 years. But who have you been schooling? You've been schooling Jason Garrett's Cowboys. This is a whole brand new Cowboys
different now, is what you're saying.
And we played them this year too. So Kirk Cousins, be ready. Because guess what? Diggs what's dude's name? No, he knows Justin Jefferson because they played against each other in college. So he knows Justin Jefferson.
You need another cornerback to defend Thielen, arguably the best receiver on that team.
Look, Dan Quinn is smart.
Okay.
He may not have been a great head coach. I'll give anybody and everybody that.
I mean,
he knows defense and he made adjustments.
He was on the Falcons. He was on the Falcons, right? They had league worst defense. I don't know how many years in a row.
As a head coach.
He runs the defense. He's a defensive mind. That's what he's known for.
Like he is defensive mind, but the defensive coordinator called the plays. He didn't call the plays. All I'm saying is he realized that he was bad as a head coach. He realized that, okay? But he could still run a defense, and it's showing it now in Dallas. He changed up some things. I'm just saying, be prepared.
Okay. I mean, I don't This is a Vikings fan
I
talking.
know.
Yeah,
I'm letting him know too.
yeah.
Be prepared. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. I mean, again, Vikings fan. I know you guys have been okay in the past and stuff, but you guys are still 1-2. We're 1-2. I mean,
And their
you don't see
defense
me
is not the same.
puffing up like my chest and stuff, saying Washington's so great. We're 1-2. Like I think the Vikings can be good this year. Their offense has played very well to start the season, but I think we got to slow our roll when it comes to our two teams, and even the Cowboys as well. They're 2-1 again. Like it's not like they're 3-0. Like lighting up the entire league right now on offense and defense. Like their offense is pretty solid, but they have their own problems as well, like most teams in this league. I do want to get to I didn't even put this on my notes because this is very late breaking news, but what are your thoughts on the Tua to Washington rumors? If you don't remember, leading into the 2020 draft, there's this whole Tua to DC hype and stuff. Like a lot of people wanted to draft him. It wasn't Justin Herbert, who was the guy that a lot of Washington fans wanted as the second quarterback in the draft. It was Tua Tagovailoa. What are your thoughts on Tua potentially coming here to DC? And I think a second-round pick is what the Dolphins are asking for. And in that same package or in that same situation, what are your thoughts on Deshaun Watson potentially being on the move to the Dolphins and the Dolphins giving up a bunch of picks to get him?
Okay. Washington, if the only thing you got to give up is a second-round pick to get Tua, make the move. Because you need to bring him in now, regardless if you can salvage your season or not, and see what you can get out of him. Because he's still in that rookie contract. Do what you got to do. If not, if it doesn't work out, then move on from him. But as far as Deshaun Watson moved to Miami, I mean, look, I think Miami's been in the league for the longest of time. They got the draft picks to make the moves. The last thing I heard, even before you broke this to me, was that I think Houston wanted the biggest offer. The biggest offer I heard on the table was like 3 first-round picks, 3 third-round picks. I don't know if you heard anything different since, because that was like a week ago. I heard that. So Miami's gonna give that up, they must feel like that they are borderline AFC, well, pretty much AFC championship team if they bring in Watson. They must feel that way. I'm saying what they must feel like if they're gonna give up all that for Watson.
Their defense, I feel like it's the same situation as Washington, right? A lot of people thought, including myself, right, Aaron Rodgers to DC or Denver. But to DC, that's a legit option next offseason because Washington's defense would be top of the league. Their offensive skill makers would show progress. And although the second part of that has happened, the defense has been pathetic thus far, as I mentioned in that post-game reaction to last Sunday's game. But the Dolphins are sort of in the same situation, right? I feel like the Dolphins overall, outside the quarterback, the team is not as strong as it was last year, right? When a lot of people thought that Deshaun Watson, that would be an easy fit because Deshaun Watson would take them to potentially being a Super Bowl contender, right?
Right.
So, I mean, what do you think the Dolphins would be with Deshaun Watson? Do you think they'll just be like, they would just make it to the playoffs or potentially being a Super Bowl? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Because I feel like they would still have to give up more than just draft picks. They would have to give up players. So the question is, what are you giving up with those picks? And you're pretty much banking that you're going to make it to the Super Bowl because you're giving up so much of you're mortgaging your future. You're giving up players. It's a lot. To me, this almost sounds like, I don't know how familiar you are with this trade, but the Herschel Walker trade.
Yeah.
I'm not for mortgaging my future. I'd rather keep as many of my picks as possible.
But to be fair, that was a running back. We're talking about a quarterback. I
understand that. But you must feel like you're going to be AFC championship contenders. But that's asking for that's giving up a lot. That's giving up a lot.
To be honest, if it weren't for these allegations, I would give it up. I would.
Oh yeah, of course, definitely.
But the issue is the allegations, and they're not going to get resolved anytime soon. It might even lead into next year as well. So I don't know. That's a risky proposition right now with everything going on off the field for Deshaun Watson. But
they must be doing the homework. They have to be doing the homework because ain't no way in the world you can say, "Oh, we're going to make this move," and you have not done your homework.
I agree. On the Tua second round pick thing, I don't know. I mean, second round pick for Tua, I guess it would be nice. I'm so torn because obviously Alabama fan, and I was big into Washington getting Tua. I thought that Chase Young should have been the pick, but like if not Chase Young, then Tua should have been the pick for us. And I was super high on him going into the NFL. But I mean, injuries, his hip injury, I mean, that might be a career. By the time everything's said and done, that might be a career-altering type of injury, that hip injury that he sustained in Alabama. It's still giving him, some problems now. And although he's had other injuries and stuff, I don't know, man. Like he didn't really show much on the Dolphins.
Okay. Last year, the offensive coordinator Chan Gailey didn't believe in him. He preferred Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, why? I have no idea. So
Fitzpatrick was playing better last year.
I understand that. But I'm just saying he just didn't believe in Tua. So now they have a new offensive coordinator. They trying to buy into Tua, but maybe something might not be right with Tua. Maybe you don't want to make that second round pick move. You may just have to swallow. Not bite the bullet, but it may end up being a blessing for you.
I don't know. Maybe it could be a Sam Darnold type of situation. Maybe. I mean, a little bit different, right? Sam Darnold had more years of experience, and it was less so an injury thing, more so like a schematic, like situational type of thing with the.
Adam Gase is one of the worst head coaches ever.
Yeah, you saw the stat on social media where every single quarterback, so after Adam Gase is fired, right, the quarterback that he coached in the previous year, the next year they're always 1,000 times better.
Of course. And people talking about Adam Gase was the offensive coordinator in Denver with Peyton Manning at quarterback. Man, Peyton Manning is the offensive coordinator. With that much, by the time he got to Denver, he was the offensive coordinator. Adam Gase should have been listening to Peyton Manning, not the other way around.
Yeah, I agree with this, Paul. Brandon probably agrees with this as well. I mean, I think that says more about Chargers fans, to be honest, because do they even have fans? I think that's on social media right now.
They lost fans when they moved from San Diego to LA.
Still doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense. Like, I mean, I get it money-wise, but like you already have another team that literally just moved to LA. What, a couple years before that? I mean,
the NFL wants the money.
Just doesn't
money
make
talks.
sense, though.
I know. I understand what you're saying.
This is kind of weird, but like I'm big into having teams in as many places as possible around the U.S. Like I just love that. Like I don't know what you want to call it, but I like having a team in Kansas City. I like having a team in St. Louis. Like I like these cities, these urban locations, having like teams that they could rally around, right? And like I don't know, that could uplift the city and stuff. Like I'm personally a fan of that. So when you take a team that's been in San Diego for so long and move them to LA, what, a year or two after the Rams moved to LA, right, from St. Louis, like I don't know. I know it's just a money grab, but it's just unfortunate.
No, I hear you 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So we got into the Washington defense, Cowboys offense, Cowboys defense, Eagles, Giants. What do you make of Taylor Heinicke's performance this far, Brandon? Do you think he's shown enough to at least be the starting quarterback here in DC for the remainder of the season? If not, maybe beyond that as well.
Well, definitely for remainder of the season. Next season, I would still bring in some kind of competition, but it doesn't mean you have to draft a quarterback in the first round. But you may want to get one in rounds 2 through 4. To still kind of keep a little pressure on him to make sure he's still doing right. Because I think Kyle is on a 1-year contract, and this is the final chance.
Yeah.
So this is the final chance that he's going to be this cheap. So yeah, I would draft a quarterback between round 2 and 4 just to keep pressure on him. And if the quarterback develops, then you can move on from Heinicke because you have that quarterback for at least 4 years.
For sure. Appreciate you, Protect. I'll shout out some more people at the end of this stream that didn't at the beginning in regards to support over the last year and a half. But Protect Tony, he has been here since the very beginning, doing live streams with us, being in every single live chat, retweeting, liking everything on Twitter. liking everything on Instagram. So I appreciate you, Tony, for the support, bro, over the last year and a half. And you're on your way to 2,000, so make sure you guys go sub him up. I will say, though, with Taylor Heineke, it's really a mixed bag. I think he is better than Fitzpatrick, right?
Definitely.
I think he is better than Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Right now. I don't think he's cost us any of the 3 games, right? I know he threw the 2 picks last week, but that was an absolutely abysmal performance by our defense. I think our defense cost us that game more than Taylor Heineke. And Taylor Heineke still put up, 2 touchdowns on top of those 2 picks, and I believe a rushing touchdown as well. So he wasn't bad by any means, but I think it's a little bit of a mixed bag at this point. I want to see more out of him. Hopefully, he has an amazing performance against the Falcons in his home state of Georgia. I believe he's even from the Atlanta area. So hopefully he could, it is the Falcons. Their defense isn't too hot.
Nah, not at all.
I think the Falcons offense will ultimately put up points against this Washington defense because that's just usually the way it is, right? Washington just underperforms every single time, especially against some bad teams. But I think Taylor Heineke will show out, and hopefully he could just continue, this progression, right? And I don't think he's going to be the future franchise quarterback here in DC. I think they're going to get a quarterback in the draft, like you said, or potentially this is my first choice. My first choice since March of this year, Aaron Rodgers. I want him in DC. I don't care what it will take. I think he will be a free agent, so it'll probably just be a money thing, but I could care less. Get Aaron Rodgers. The next 5 or 6 years, you will be a Super Bowl contender every single year. I will take that. Potentially even longer than that. We see Tom Brady playing until, 45, 46, 47?
Exactly.
So, yeah, and I think every team in the NFC East will be terrified if Aaron Rodgers is in DC. And this defense, caveat, and this defense improves as the season goes along.
Yeah, the defense has to improve.
But if this defense gets better, then I think Washington will definitely be a team to look out for. But let me ask you this question. We kind of talked about this. Oh, I will say as well, with the quarterbacks in the draft, I don't know if you noticed, they've been terrible. Like the college quarterbacks this year, outside of the Liberty University quarterback, Blake Willis, Spencer Rattler, I've never been high on him. I've heard mixed reviews from him thus far to start the season. But yeah, overall, I've heard a mixed bag at best from the college quarterback. So I don't even know if that's necessarily the route you want to go if you want to go first round quarterback.
Actually, and you know what? I heard before this past draft that the 2022 quarterback draft class was not really all that hot. So yeah, you guys may have to pony up that money for Aaron Rodgers. You may have to. But Green Bay's going to do everything they can to keep him there. They have no other choice but to keep.
It's up to him at the end of the day.
I understand that. I understand that. They have no other choice. You saw what he did in that press conference. You see how he put him on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, Green Bay's not a great free agent destination.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they struggle to get free agents. Number two, that's why they have put workout bonuses in these guys' contracts so that way they can be more so in Green Bay and not living somewhere else. So yeah, he put Green Bay on blast, and they have to keep Aaron Rodgers there to attract free agents.
Okay. We kind of touched on this at the beginning, but want to expound upon it now into a good discussion. Who will have the better career? Linebacker Jamin Davis or linebacker Michael Parsons? Be careful. Objective take. Well, first off, have you seen like the PFF stuff about Jamin Davis?
I have not seen the PFF stuff. Okay, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
How are you guys using Jamin Davis? Are you only using him for coverage and sideline to sideline tackles, or what?
Pretty much. You hit the nail on its head. Yep.
Okay. So we're asking Parsons to do more.
Yep.
And that's get after the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a linebacker, run sideline, and cover. So right now, if we talking about how we're using the linebackers, and everyone becomes successful at what they do, then probably Parsons, just because he has something else going for him. he's not just doing tackles and interceptions. He's getting sacks, hurries, and pressures. So you got to think about everything else that goes along with it.
Momo to God 15. I mean, again, if you guys haven't paid attention to the PFF stuff, then I completely get this comment. But Jamin Davis has been, I think last week he was like the second rated rookie defensive player or something like that. I don't know if Micah Parsons was first. He might have been first, but I mean, it shows you, how close it is what I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to convey. I agree with you, though. I think Micah Parsons will be the better player overall because of what he brings as an edge rusher, right? And I think the Cowboys need an edge rusher alongside even Tank Lawrence, when he's healthy and stuff. You still need another guy.
Of course.
And I think Micah Parsons has shown that. So I think because of that, he has the edge. But in terms of coverage abilities, this might be a hot take. I think Jamin Davis will be the better coverage linebacker.
And he might be. The thing about it is, though, no one knows too much about Parsons because what he did. Okay, when he was in high school, he was a 5-star defensive end coming out. When he went to Penn State,
troublemaker. I'm thinking. I think he's going to get in trouble. I hate to say it, but I think he's going to get in trouble in the NFL.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Because I know Cowboys history. But I was gonna say, oh yeah, when he got to Penn State, he played 2 years of ball, and the only thing they asked him to do was see ball, get ball. They didn't ask him to cover, they didn't ask him to rush nothing. So it's just now Dallas is asking him to do all this stuff as far as rush and cover and stuff. So you have a raw linebacker when it comes to coverage and pass rush. So we have to see. We have to see. But right now it's Parsons, but I'm interested in seeing how that ends up. Because I think this is a good linebacker class.
School Vikings. I don't know. Let's keep this civil, right? We don't need to say all this, but I understand what School Vikings where he was coming from. I don't understand where you're coming from with this, bro. I watched every single rep that Kirk Cousins threw. Okay, every single pass that he threw here in DC since 2012, since he was drafted. Okay. We did not make a mistake by letting Kirk Cousins go. We made a mistake for not having a backup plan to Kirk Cousins. That was our mistake. Our backup plan was freaking Alex Smith, Mr. Check Down Alex Smith, bro. Like that was the problem. That was the problem, okay? It wasn't that we let Kirk Cousins go. It's that we didn't have a plan for quarterback after Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is not going to lead you to a Super Bowl, bro. If he leads you to a Super Bowl, come back here. Look at the chat, type whatever you want to type, and tell me I was wrong, and I will take it. I'll take it. But right now, I do not think Kirk Cousins will take you to a Super Bowl.
Never.
So if you're not going to get a quarterback,
he won't even take you to an NFC Championship.
Then no, I don't want him.
He won't even take you to an NFC Championship game like what's his name did. Who was the quarterback before him? Short dude.
From us for Washington?
No. The quarterback before Kirk Cousins in Minnesota.
Oh, Case Keenum, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Case Keenum took him to the NFC Championship game. Kirk Cousins not going to take him to the NFC Championship game. Maybe not even the divisional round. Maybe not the divisional round.
That Vikings defense did carry them a long way during that season. I'm not going to lie.
Exactly. But it's not the same defense, though. It's not the same defense. A lot of those guys are gone, especially in the secondary.
Yeah, Gerald P. Sums it up perfectly right here.
Hey, but you know what though? Hey, no. Go down to the bottom one. 949, bottom one. There you go. And guess what? Dak Prescott's way better than Kirk Cousins. Say something.
Oh my God, bro! He's coming at your neck, Brandon.
500 times better than Kirk Cousins to the 27th power. Say something.
One day, School Vikings, I'll have you come on to the live stream. Brandon will be on, and you guys will hash it out like brothers, right? You guys will hash it out and and debate who's the better team right now: the 2-1 Cowboys or the 1-2 Vikings. 3 games into the season, but yeah, one day. But I do want to move on a little bit. Want to get your take on this, and I feel like, well, we'll see. We might actually agree on this list. Okay. Probably not though. Top 5 receivers in the NFC East right now. Go.
Top 5 receivers in the NFC East right now?
Yes. You better get number 1 right. You better get number 1 right.
Well, then in no particular order, top 5 receivers, and this, like I said, it's no particular order.
Okay.
Let me write them down.
No particular order. We don't do that in DMV Sports Zone. You have to give me the top 5, Brandon. I'll give you some time.
Terry Cooper.
Okay.
Lamb. Top 5 is only in between 2 teams. Terry Cooper Lamb, Gallup at 5, even though he's hurt. And who's your number 2 receiver?
Curtis Samuel.
No, he been out. He been out. Give me somebody else. Humphreys.
Giambi Brown.
Whatever. Okay, fine. It's between those. Man, shoot.
What about Kenny Golladay? I mean, I know he's not number 1 or anything. He's my top 5.
Galladay's like number 6. Okay, fine. I'll give you 6 then. Fine.
Are you saying Giambi Brown is over Kenny Golladay?
Well, whatever. Fine. Okay, fine. Okay. Galladay's at 4. Gallup's at 5. Okay.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
I do not have Gallup on my list. I don't know what year you're ranking these receivers from. Is it 2018? My top 5 is Terry McLaurin, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Kenny Golladay, and yes, I don't care if he was injured. I know how talented he is. Curtis Samuel. He's my number 5 guy. That's
okay, but see, that's the only reason I can't put him in there because he hasn't played yet.
Yeah. Huh?
He hasn't played yet.
He's still top 5 receiver in this division.
Okay. Oh, you talking about overall? Or you talking about playing?
Overall receivers right now, top 5 in the division.
Oh, well then hold on. Then kill that list.
Okay.
Coop.
All right. Coop number 1?
Yep. Coop. Oh. Coop, Terry, Lamb, Gallup, and actually really Lamb about to be overturned in a minute. And then number 5, I give you Golladay. All right, fine. There you go. Yep. I got Coop at 1, Terry 2, Lamb 3, and that's about to change in about 5 seconds. Gallup 4, Golladay 5.
Terry is the number 1 receiver in this division. I don't even think it's a debate. I'm sorry. I'm not even. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. I'm putting 2 Cowboys receivers on this list. If it was 2019, Micah Gallup would also be on this list, but he's been regressing in the last couple of seasons. Terry McLaurin has to be the number 1 receiver. I mean,
talk to me.
Give me. Imagine Terry McLaurin with Dak Prescott as quarterback. Imagine the type of numbers he would put up. Brandon, think about it that way. Okay? Like a CeeDee Lamb, all world. Amari Cooper, he can be all world for half the season and then be trashed the next half of the season. You know him. He's super inconsistent, unfortunately for the Cowboys. Fortunately for us. Well, actually, unfortunately for us, because the games that he's best at is against Washington. That's usually how it works every single time. But
I got one particular.
Coop is the most underrated receiver. He'll give you, and we see this in fantasy football all the time. He'll give you that mega game one week. The next week, he'll be absolute trash. That is the Amari Cooper experience for the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. So let me explain something to you about Cowboys offense right now, okay?
Yeah.
The reason why Cooper don't put up the numbers you want him to do is because he doesn't have to. Look.
So CeeDee Lamb has to?
No. No one has to. No. Look. It depends on what we do week in and week out and what the matchups are. You saw against Tampa Bay, we barely even ran the ball. But why is that? Because we didn't feel like running the ball against Vaya and Sue with no Zach Martin. That made no sense. That's why he threw the ball so much. But the last couple of weeks, what we done? A lot more running. So it depends on the matchups. This offense, I'm telling you, this Cowboys offense is way more talented based on Dak Prescott and Kellen Moore and the talent than you think it is.
I think it is. I think it is talented. My thing is, CeeDee Lamb has shown me more consistency. Amari Cooper, as Paul says here, we're always thinking the same. Okay, never mind. We're not thinking the same. I read the inconsistent part. I didn't read the isn't, and then the part after that. But I think you got to count that against Amari Cooper, though. Why is it that CeeDee Lamb shows up most of the time, and Amari Cooper, again, he'll have those great games where he will show you, or you'll think he's a top 5 receiver in this league, and then he'll give you other games where he's probably not even the top 25, like in the league. Like that's the Amari Cooper experience for the Dallas Cowboys. That's why I have CeeDee Lamb as number 2, because I think CeeDee Lamb is the second. I think CeeDee Lamb is the best receiver on the Cowboys right now. They are feeding him the ball the most on the Dallas Cowboys. right? And that's not just because he has first round pedigree. I mean, they both have first round pedigree, so you
Right,
can't
of
really
course.
count that against either one of them. And also, Amari Cooper has the contract as well, 20 million plus. So you can count that against him, right? That they're not beating him the ball the most with his big contract. That Washington actually helped in, raising up for the Cowboys. Washington, Dallas rivals, but I think CeeDee Lamb, because of his consistency, I'll take him over the boom games that Amari Cooper will give you.
I agree with Paul down here. At the next slide, where he says, if the Cowboys only had Coop like the Bears with Allen Robinson, he'd go crazy every week. See, like I said, everything's based off of matchups now because the Cowboys are so loaded on offense.
As a Cowboys fan, does CeeDee Lamb get a lot of the number one cornerback coverage?
No, I think no. Coop still gets a lot of number one coverage, and actually, what the Cowboys are pretty much doing is they're really attacking more so of the weaker corner. So like against Philadelphia, and actually Philadelphia ran a lot of too deep. So one, we went more so against Darius Slay. Slay's going to be on Cooper. Lamb is at number 2. But also we attack Philadelphia with our 2 tight ends, Schultz and Jarwin, especially Schultz. But see, like I said, that's a whole matchup thing. We ran the ball and threw the ball out to Schultz and probably and to Lamb. It's not that Coop sucks. It's just that it's easier to throw the ball to the number 2 corner and against those trash safeties and run the ball than just throw the ball against Slay.
As we said, the DMV Sports Zone family at the beginning of the stream, we like to keep it authentic. We like to keep it real. I think you guys convinced me, okay? I'll put Cooper over Lamb. But I'm not putting Cooper over Terry. Stop it. That is blasphemous, as Stephen A. Smith would say. Absolute blasphemous. If you put Terry McLaurin on the Dallas Cowboys, Terry McLaurin on the Dallas Cowboys alongside CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin will be eating, bro. Like, it's not even a discussion. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you what. Since you have Lamb over Terry, I'm gonna put Lamb over Terry myself.
No. I don't have Lamb.
I got
Terry Cooper, Lamb, Terry Cooper,
I got Cooper at
Galladay,
1,
Samuel.
Lamb at 2, and Terry at 3. There you go.
You made it worse. I thought you were gonna make it better.
That's what I do. There you go.
Of course, yeah, Cowboys fan, man. What do you mean about anybody? Do you watch Terry McLaurin?
Yeah, what's Terry
He's
McLaurin?
not an anybody receiver, bro. Like, what do you mean? I saw this comment earlier too. I don't get that.
Yeah, he's the same one that said you can say that about anybody, but you cannot. Every moment of God, every team does not have an offense loaded like Dallas. The only of a couple of few teams is Tampa Bay. Who else has a loaded offense?
Rams. I think the Rams.
Rams. Okay.
Even without with an unstable running back situation.
Yeah. So Rams, Tampa Bay, and maybe like 1 or 2 other teams have loaded offense as loaded as Dallas. Yeah. So you can't say that about everybody. Yeah. Not all 32 teams. Nope. Sorry.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying it to me, you got to put last year. Brandon, if this makes you feel better, I was one of the people, the only Washington fans, like on this chat, on these live streams, that consistently put Amari Cooper over Terry McLaurin as the number 1 receiver in the division. I kept saying, Terry will get there one day, maybe by the midpoint of this season, by the midpoint of the 2021 season, he'll get there. But I was one of those people who was holding out that Amari Cooper was still the best receiver in the division. So, I'm not being a homer when I say this, right? Although obviously I've watched a lot more Terry McLaurin tape, but I think Terry McLaurin, what he's shown to start this season, I think he's shown that he's the best receiver in this division. I mean, he makes the contested catches. I think PFF even put this out there, makes the most contested catches in the NFL, or it's like very higher than any NFC East receiver. This he's a burner, 4.3 speed, route running like crazy. Maybe not as good as Amari Cooper. I'll give you that. That's the only thing that's not as good as Amari Cooper. Yeah, I mean, he has everything you want. He's a leader. I know you might not count this as a in terms of our receiving rankings, but he's a leader. He's a captain. He's a consummate professional. He's the anti-stereotype when it comes to receivers in this league. Although Amari Cooper is a little bit as well, but I think Terry McLaurin he's just that, man. He's the number 1 receiver in this division.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If Lamb gets number 1 cornerback coverage and Cooper gets number 2 coverage, Then doesn't Cooper get the same amount of targets and catches as that Lamb is getting right now?
Well,
Based on what I just told you.
sure, but Terry McLaurin is getting consistently cornerback number one, one coverage every single game.
And
remember, he was double teamed several times last year as well, and even to start this season, right? You could see the sweat dripping down his face every single game because he works so hard to get open against defenses because he knows he's the only guy in this receiving corps that has shown anything thus far to start the season.
Okay, I tell you what. What time is your game against the Falcons on Sunday, and what channel?
1 o'clock.
Fox or CBS?
Probably Fox. 2 NFC or NFC teams.
NFC. Okay. All right. I'll watch Terry more so this Sunday, and then you and I will discuss that more.
Okay.
But right now, keep my list the way it is.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that. No. Sure. Yes. Sure. I mean, technically, yes, you are right. But Terry would put up even more amazing numbers than than a lot of receivers in this league. Like, you can't group Terry McLaurin with most receivers in this league. He is top 12 receiver, top 13 receiver in this league right now.
I'll definitely give you that.
Like, sorry. But let's move on. I know I don't want to keep you too much longer, Brandon. Let me just ask you this. How do you think the Cowboys will fare against Carolina this weekend and Washington against Atlanta?
If Washington beat Atlanta,
give me a score prediction too.
If Washington loses to Atlanta, you guys might as well just cancel the season. Don't even trade your second round pick for Tua.
You had to throw that.
You guys should smash Atlanta, man. Washington, Atlanta. Goodness, Atlanta shouldn't score no more than 7 to 10 points. So
I disagree with you there. I think Atlanta's going to score a lot of points. But
you think so? I said they shouldn't. They shouldn't because something tells me your defense should just wake up and do something. Jack Del Rio should wake up and do something. But okay, fine. I put him up. I put him at 14. Then I'll be nice.
Okay.
I'll be nice. Washington still wins though because I believe too much in your offense and I don't believe in Atlanta's defense enough. So let's make it 28-14 Washington over Atlanta.
Okay, two touchdowns. Okay,
Yeah,
and then the Cowboys.
Dallas, Carolina. Look,
3-0.
I know. You're gonna say 3-0. They beat the Jets and they beat Houston. That's
number one defense in the league right now.
And you beat the Jets and you beat Houston. I get it. They are well coached. They're well disciplined. This game's gonna say a whole lot. I still have Dallas winning because Carolina missing McCaffrey hurts. I think it hurts them way too much. And the way Diggs is playing, he's gonna give Moore a whole lot of problems. And Donald, to me, is just way too inconsistent. I don't believe in Donald. I mean, I believe him more than ever because he's not with the Jets. He's not with Adam Gase. So if I give Atlanta 14, I got to give Carolina at least, 21?
Okay.
And then Dallas, I give us 31. 31-21.
All right. Washington versus Atlanta. I mean, if it wasn't Atlanta, then I would probably have Washington losing because that's just the way Washington is playing right now. But I would go 27-24 Washington. I think they'll score enough points. I think Taylor Heineke has his offense rolling much, much better than it was last year.
You giving Atlanta that many points?
Huh?
You giving Atlanta that many points?
24. Yes.
Wow.
27-24. We'll get some sacks. We'll force some interceptions. But I think Matt Ryan will be able to sling the ball to Calvin Ridley a couple times. I think Cordarrelle Patterson is an underrated player in this league, and I think he will show that on Sunday. And I'm not just saying that because he's on my fantasy team. But no, I think. Okay, let me. Man, you made me revise two of my things tonight. I'm going to go 27-24 20. 27. I think Atlanta's going to score 20. 27-20 Washington.
Okay.
Will win by a touchdown. But yeah, I have Washington winning. Dallas, Carolina. I think it's going to be a very, very close game. Carolina has the best defense statistically in the NFL right now. The offense is rolling. I know Christian McCaffrey's not there, but Chuba Hubbard is nobody. He is not someone to sleep on. I think much like last year when they had Mike Davis rolling. I don't know if you remember, Brandon. Even without Christian McCaffrey, I remember this well because I drafted McCaffrey number 1 overall in fantasy, and he did not play for most of the season.
Right.
But Mike Davis actually played pretty well in Carolina, and obviously he's not doing well in Atlanta. So I think they'll be able to have the run game going against Dallas. I think Sam Darnold will be pretty solid. Against Dallas. But I think the biggest difference in this game will be Carolina's defense versus Dallas offense. That's the matchup to watch for sure. I think eventually, I'm not saying this because I hate the team. I think 2017 Carolina. I think they're going to pull this out and going to start the season 4-0.
Okay. So all right.
I think Carolina is.
Dang, you only give our offense 17 points.
Do you not know how good Carolina's defense is?
I understand that. But you only give
us.
us.
You don't have the name brand guys, but they're really solid as a unit, and I know you appreciate that.
No, I know I appreciate it, but of course I'm not the typical fan because I know some of the players on that defense. Burns, Thompson.
Oh really?
Chin. I know Horn got hurt. And they just got what's that dude from Jacksonville? CJ Henderson. Yeah, Henderson. I gotta look at the roster again because I know more names, but it's just not hitting me right now.
Yeah.
I'll do that later though. I'm not doing that right now.
Brown, right? The defensive tackle they drafted early.
Oh yeah, they got from what, your school, huh?
Auburn.
Yeah. I knew it was one of my Alabama schools. schools. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's fair take. I think the Cowboys easily could win the game as well. I just think Carolina's defense will show out, and even without Christian McCaffrey, I think the Cowboys might. I don't think they're going to win it. But again, I think the probability of Cowboys winning is higher than. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say that Atlanta winning. I don't know. I just think Atlanta is going to their offense is going to get rolling against Washington because that's usually the way it is. I think Washington will actually get some sacks up. Will play better on a defense as a whole, but I think they'll still be able to score. I think Atlanta will be able to score, and those are my 2 predictions. But the last question I want to ask you.
Okay, then I have you. Then I'm gonna ask you a bold question.
Oh, after that, okay.
Yep.
This question isn't even about one of our NFL teams. It's about our basketball team, the Wizards. Because I believe you're a Wizards fan as well. How well do you think the Wizards will fare this season? Obviously, we are about to start preseason and about to start getting things rolling. Bradley Beal, and you probably heard he's not vaccinated and he wants to make a whole fit about it, saying that what did he say?
Sound like Cole Beasley.
Yeah, and we made a video about him on this channel. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Wizards' chances this year?
Man, and if Bradley Beal's not available,
top
that
3
hurts.
pick if he's not available. Top 3 pick if he's not available.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Washington's gonna have to show me, man, because you know me, I'm 36 and I've been watching Washington for a long time, and they just have not shown me enough in these 36 years, man. So until they show me second round and be a true threat to the Eastern Conference Championship, I just never will believe in Washington. So
that's fair.
You got to show me.
That's fair. I don't have high hopes for them either. I don't know why fans thought it was an upgrade, the moves that the Wizards did this year, and letting Russell Westbrook go. I thought that was a downgrade to go from Russell Westbrook to Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, and KCP, who I thought was an underrated player on that Lakers finals run, but last year was absolutely trash. I think that's a downgrade. And obviously the Wizards improved outside of that. They got Spencer Dinwiddie. They got Corey Kispert, who I know Abdullah, co-content creator on this channel, is super high on, and I'm high on him as well. From Gonzaga, 3-point shooter. But but I still, at the end of the day, have them being a 10th or 11th seed in this weaker Eastern Conference, right? Winning maybe high 30s, low 40s at most.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I'm with you here, Brendan. Who's GOAT? Yeah. But I will say this though, before moving on from this topic and letting you ask your question. The Lakers do have a history of not being able to develop guys. Like, they have a history of letting guys go, and they're better when they're in different destinations. The problem with that is that these players are playing for the Wizards now, who don't know how to develop players outside of a Bradley Beal and a John Wall, who were drafted top 3 in the draft.
Right.
So, yeah.
Washington needed to hire Jerry West to be the GM, man. They need to take him. If he's on someone's team, y'all need to trade like 7 first-round picks for Jerry West.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do. Trade 7 first-round picks for Jerry West, make him the GM, and if the man is sick on his deathbed, prop him up.
Oh my God. All right. With that, what's the question you want to ask before we sign off?
Okay.
Let's make this quick.
No, it's quick. It's quick.
Okay.
If Chase Young underperforms all season, what do you do with him after the season?
What will we do after the season?
What will you do with him after the season if he underperforms? Yes, if he underperforms the season.
You're stuck. I mean, he's the 2nd overall pick. You can't. I'm not trading him, even if he underperforms the season. I mean, a lot of players have sophomore slumps, so I'm not trading him. I'm not trading Chase Young. I am one of those people who, I blasted him. I'm not gonna lie. On the post-game reaction, I blasted him.
Yeah,
I did not like his effort. I did not like his performance thus far to start the season, although he did start slow last year as well. So, maybe it's just a starting slow thing. Even the defense overall last year. You remember, Brandon, they were playing against the Ravens and the Cardinals, and they got absolutely smoked against those offenses. So I'm not going to say Chase Young. I think he'll improve. I think he'll improve as the season goes along. Maybe his get-right game could be this week against Atlanta. Who knows? But if he doesn't perform this entire season, which I think is still unlikely, then you gotta find some additional reinforcements at the defensive end position. I didn't like that Washington is going or went into the season with only Chase Young and Montez Sweat as their stud defensive men. Like, there's no
17 games.
No, exactly. If one of those guys is missing, also both of those guys, from what I've heard, are unvaccinated. So I thought it was a no-brainer to have some defensive end backups, some solid defensive end backups alongside those guys, and roll them out to start the season. But no, but yeah, to answer your question, I think just reinforcements, honestly. I think you can't trade Chase Young unless you get like a stud quarterback or something and maybe package him. But even then, I mean, the NFL, like, he does have a reputation. I think, although he is slightly overrated at this point, I thought Montez Sweat played better than him last season, which was a hot take then, and I guess is not a hot take anymore. But yeah, I think you got to hold on to him and just add reinforcements, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say this: I didn't even mention him on this stream, and I think that's actually hasn't happened the last couple of weeks. But a guy that I think Washington should get rid of ASAP. I don't know if you saw this tweet, Brandon. You might have seen it when after following DMV Sports on Twitter. But John Bostic, you're talking about slow linebackers on the Cowboys, and Jalen Smith, who's very slow, and even Leighton Vander Esch. There is no. I think John Bostic is just. I don't know why he's on this team.
I know another
you
Washington
being the defensive guru that you are, like, if you watch this tape, like, it's nauseating. Like, what? I think that would be the first move I make. The first move I make if I was general manager after the season would be to cut John Bostic and to improve the linebacker core, even after already investing on first-round pick. Yes.
Yeah, you have to have fast linebackers these days. Exactly. They showed that in the Super Bowl.
We have two, but yeah. You need another one.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with Cole Holcomb, who's not necessarily great in coverage. He doesn't necessarily use his speed to the best of his advantage sometimes. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream with Brandon. I don't say a Cowboys fan anymore. I say the Cowboys fan. Whenever I need to have a Cowboys fan on the channel, I always hit up Brandon because he provides great insight and isn't one of those, standard Cowboys fans who loves to always say after they go 2-1 or something, you know, they're going to the Super Bowl. Like Stephen A. Smith always likes to say, which is true. I've actually met a lot of Cowboys fans who are like that.
I know you do, but
It's not necessarily
all
false,
teams do that. All teams do that.
No. This fan
All
base,
team fans. Well, no, not to level with Dallas though. Not to level with Dallas though.
That's what, yeah, exactly. That's fair. That's a fair statement. Not to the level, but yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Paul Severino, my good friend from college, living it up out there at UPenn for getting his PhD. So shout out to you, bro.
Congratulations.
Gerald P. Oh, I did say I was gonna shout out some more people that I didn't mention in the beginning for your support over the last year and a half. Tim Sports Talk, who joined a little bit later. Thank you, bro, for joining. I think he was the one who got us to 1,000. He added 2 more subs, 2 more subs, and got us to 1,000. And shout out to you, Tim, for the live streams and all the support of the last year and a half, and posting us on your pages and everything. Juan Gotti as well, great Washington football team podcaster, Washington football team YouTuber out there, very young as well. Thank you, bro, for all your support the last year and a half. Tay and Todd as well, who had a live stream, I believe, a couple months ago. Big Doug from the Big Douglas Show. I know I'm missing so many names, but thank you guys so much. Jesse, Burgundy Blog Podcast, Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, my apologies. Everybody, Watch Football Team Daily. I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm not going to do that to Brennan. Thank you guys so much for your support. We are at 1,000 subs. Let's go. The road to 2,000 starts now.